Okay, so today is a lot of fun. Today we are going to strengthen the shoulder. So if you've gotten over what ails you, whether it's strain or a sprain or misalignment or bursitis or arthritis, some of the ailments that we talked about previously in this course, now you're all set to increase the strength in the shoulder joint, all directions, deep, superficial, front, back, top, bottom. And we're going to do that with my top 5 favorite poses, and I have Chelsea here to help us demonstrate it. So today we're going to start on your hands and knees. Our first strengthener is going to be an up dog, down dog move, sometimes called Hindu push-ups. So you start in your down dog, shoulders feeling really good, nice alignment from hip, shoulder, elbows, wrists, and take a deep breath in, lift the hips up high to the sky, and on your exhale, you're going to come into your upward dog. Good. Every time she does this, her back cracks. Shoulders back, heart through. You're really lifting, and then bring it back again. So keep going like this. With your inhale and exhales, I promise you that if you do this over 30 seconds, that you will start to feel warmth in the shoulders, build a lot of strength in the shoulders, as well as increasing your flexibility. So in the Power Yoga for Sports philosophy, it is strength plus flexibility, which equals power. So Chelsea's going to do that a couple more times, and then you can rest in down dog. And some people don't understand why they need to be flexible. They realize they think they just need to be strong with what we're showing you right now, but it really is my strongest belief that you need equal amounts of flexibility and strength to generate power. And if you think about, you can rest in child's pose, if you think about a gymnast, one that is so flexible and they're so strong and they generate themselves across the mat or on the apparatus and they're just super strong and powerful. If you think about a bow and arrow and you have a bowstring that's so strong that it won't break, but it's so tight and so rigid that you can only pull it back a little bit, you release the arrow is just going to die right in front of you. But if you have a bowstring that is so strong it doesn't break and so flexible you could retract it as you're supposed to and then release the arrow, that translates into power. So that's why it's really important for me to show you how to strengthen and increase the flexibility at all times. So that was our first one, up dog and down dog. Now we're going to go to Chaturanga. I'm going to show you an option if you're a beginner and you're not quite ready to really dig in yet. We're going to make a yoga strap in a circle and bring it onto Chelsea's upper arms. And you want it as wide as her shoulders. So once I set her up, it's not this wide, it's not like this, right at shoulder width. She's going to flex her hands and come into plank pose. Little tension on the strap so it doesn't fall down. Shoulders over elbows over wrists, hands flat, fingers spread, whole body's engaged. Then she's going to slowly descend down into Chaturanga. You move forward just a little bit so your elbow joint and wrist joint are in a 90-degree angle, and you hold there as much as you can. Don't be fooled. This is more than strengthening just the shoulder. It is a full body strengthener, core, back, legs, upper body. Once you're good, you do this move without the strap and then press it back up to your push-up. So you can hold it and build some strength with a static hold, or you can do sort of like a push-up kind of movement where you descend to Chaturanga, hold, and then bring it back up. In the beginning, you could take a rest. In the beginning, you could even Chaturanga, pass through that 90-degree angle, go all the way down onto your belly and take a rest. That's okay too. But let's show them another variation on the knees. So if you're going to do Chaturanga on the knees, there is one thing I want you to be careful of. So let's bring your knees back a little bit more. This is the one time where I'm going to tell you not to stack the joints. You're going to stack the joints in the arms, so you're going to keep your knees where they are, bring your hips forward. Good. Shoulder over elbows over wrists, but her body is in one line this way. And then you would Chaturanga, lower it down, and press it up. Good. If she's back in table pose, and does it like this, you're still going to increase your strength a little bit. Maybe you just dip down and kiss the floor, but it's a little too easy. But some of you may need to start here, and I'm okay with that as well. Good. There is a variation in Kundalini yoga that I happen to love to build the strength is coming onto the hands and knees in table pose, extending one leg out and dipping down and up, almost like a seesaw. So that could start to build your strength for the Chaturanga. If you do that for 1 to 2 minutes, don't be fooled. It is hard. Good. So those are all variations that you could do of Chaturanga. Now we're going to step up the game a little bit to plank. Side plank and pointers. So let's go to plank pose. Same as before, shoulders over, elbows over wrists, body in one nice line, not dipping the hips, not raising the hips. Hold plank, take a deep breath in. Let's go level 1 first. She's going to drop her right knee to the floor, left foot flat, open the left arm up to the sky. Half side plank or beginner side plank, pushing the floor away, opening the chest, building nice stability and strength in the entire shoulder joint. You come back to center, straighten the legs, left knee down, right foot flat, other side. You can keep going back and forth like that. Otherwise, if you're ready, you're going to go to plank pose. You're going to drop the heels to the right, left arm up to the sky, full side plank. Make sure you're in a nice line, that you don't droop the hips. Good. Circle the arm around, come back through plank, and switch it to the other side. And keep going back and forth, mindfully, in control, nice and slow, setting your timer 30 seconds to 3 minutes, and just keep going like that. Good. You will no doubt feel obliques getting stronger, spine getting stronger, really good support in that shoulder joint. Okay, so we're going to switch it to pointers. So you're going to come into your plank pose. Let's show beginners first. You're going to bring the right knee down to the floor. You're going to lift the left leg up, really zap it back, and you're going to extend the opposite arm out. So you're splitting your body apart in center. Take a deep breath in. Switch it up, other side. Good. Now don't rush through it. Hold it, reach, feel it, and switch. Once you're really good at this, you feel like you want to step it up, increase your strength. We're going to really challenge Chelsea now. She's going to come into plank pose. Now you got to make sure you're holding strong through your legs. Core is nice and tight. She's going to gently lift her left leg up off the floor. No higher than her hip, just like she has it. A lot of energy back through the leg. Making sure she's stacking the joints in the supporting arm, and now she's going to extend the right arm. If you're not present, if you're not focused, you will fall. You're going to extend, let it go, and switch. Make sure you breathe, and set your timer 30 seconds to 3 minutes, really building overall full body strength, but intense strength in the shoulder. At the same time, we're increasing the flexibility in the wrist, the forearms. Good. Just keep challenging yourself. You could have somebody take pictures or movies so you make sure your form is really good. Nice. Drop the knees. And now she's going to go into a dolphin pose. A really good opener for the shoulders, but a good strength builder. On her knees and forearms this time. Now what's important is I want you to make sure your elbows are always under your shoulder. That's the best support. How do you do that? You just cross the arms, wrap your fingers around your elbows. That's shoulder width apart. Ground those elbows, hinge the hands out, interlace your fingers, okay? So interlace the fingers, don't white knuckle the fingers, okay? And then you're going to tuck the toes and essentially coming into a downward dog only on your forearms and your feet, okay? If you can't get the back flat or your shoulder feels real resistant, then you can bend your knees a little bit. Stick your tailbone up to the sky and really dig in. If your head relaxes and touches the floor, your elbows are too far apart. They need to come in a little bit. So the only thing touching is the forearm and the feet. You're going to hold here for 30 seconds to a minute, 2 minutes, really building strength. And then I want you to bring the knees down. And what's really important to me that we access and train the shoulders both ways is that you interlace the fingers the opposite way and do it again. Press it up. Good. If you want more challenge, you could walk the feet in a little bit closer. You could have a yoga buddy come over and really push you into it. That's kind of nice. Massage your back, right? And then she's going to take a rest. And now we're going to come into Dolphin Pushup, the king of shoulder strengthener, which also going to get into that abdominal area a little bit. So setting up Dolphin Pose just like normal. I'll just scoot back a little bit. going to take a deep breath in, and she's going to inhale, come forward like she's going to kiss the floor beyond her hands, getting her body as flat as she can, and then press it back up. So I even want you to get flatter. I want you to dive it forward, get nice and flat, and then push and lift. She's going to strengthen her entire arm, her core, right, your back, your whole shoulder girdle, your chest. It's a killer. It's awesome. Do maybe 5 to 25 reps, or just time yourself. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're not white knuckling. You're going to take a rest, so drop your knees into child's pose, and I do suggest you do it again, but interlacing your fingers the opposite way. Okay, so we did all those nice, difficult shoulder exercises. Who needs weights when you have your body? Now we're going to go into the king of them all, which is crow. So I want you to face this way this time. And you're going to come into pretty much a squat, but heels up squat. I'm going to keep this here in case you're a beginner. You could even put a big giant pillow there if you're scared. Chelsea's going to bring her hands down to the floor, shoulder width apart, palms flat, fingers spread, same as usual. Whether you fly or not, I don't care. There's steps to ensure that in time you will be successful at crow. So what you're going to do is lift your butt up to the sky a little bit. Good. And you want to get the feeling like you're going to walk your knees up the back of that arm and kind of someday plug the knees right into your armpit. Okay, so already she's bearing weight on her hands and building that strength in her shoulder girdle. And what you're going to do is just rock back and forth, feet to hands. If you can't fly, then just rock back and forth. Rock back and forth. Spread your fingers out even more. And then if you start to feel confident, maybe you lift right toes up off the floor. And you keep rocking back and forth. And right toes come up. And maybe left toes come up the other side. And just keep rocking, rocking, rocking until it feels normal for you. It's not all down. There's a lift through the tailbone. There's a strength in the core. And maybe at some point one foot comes up and the other foot comes up and you're actually flying. Maybe big toes touch each other and you'll think about the day that the hips can go higher. You're breathing, stay as long as you can, and then 1 second longer, and then bring it down and rest. Good. Child's pose.
Thank you.
So those are amazing yoga poses or yoga moves to strengthen the shoulder. After you've rehabbed, you want a nice strong shoulder girdle so those injuries don't happen again. We had up dog, down dog. We had chaturanga, all variations. We had plank, side plank, and pointers. Dolphin with dolphin push-ups, and king crow. Awesome choices. Do them all. Switch off. Do them every day. It's only your own body weight. And we will see you next time. Good job.